For decades, Sierra Leone has been defined in the global media by a single chapter: war, diamonds, and crisis. But that narrow framing does a serious disservice to one of West Africa's most historically important and resilient nations. Sierra Leone's story stretches far beyond conflict. It's a story of early black self governance, deep cultural fusion, natural beauty, and a people who have rebuilt again and again under some of the most difficult circumstances unimaginable. Today, we're unpacking the top 10 facts about Sierra Leone. Not just surface level trivia, but the deeper realities that explain why this country matters, why its past is globally significant, and why its future deserves far more attention. So let's begin. At number 10, Sierra Leone is one of the most naturally endowed countries in West Africa. Sierra Leone is often described as a hidden paradise, and that description is not exaggerated. The country is home to miles of untouched white sand beaches, dense tropical rainforest, rolling hills, rivers, and fertile lowlands. Beaches near Freetown, such as Toke, River No. 2, and Lumley, are frequently ranked among the most scenic in Africa, yet remain largely undeveloped compared to global tourist hotspots. Beyond aesthetics, this natural endowment represents enormous economic potential. Ecotourism, sustainable agriculture, and conservation-driven development could transform Sierra Leone's economy if managed strategically. In many ways, the country still has the rare opportunity to grow without destroying what makes it special. At number 9, Freetown was founded as a haven for freed enslaved Africans. Sierra Leone occupies a unique place in global black and diaspora history. Freetown was established in the late 1700s as a settlement for freed enslaved Africans, including black loyalists from North America, formerly enslaved people from Britain, and later captives freed from intercepted slave ships. This made Sierra Leone one of the earliest experiments in black self-governance in the modern era. Long before independence movement swept Africa, Freetown was already grappling with questions of freedom, identity, and nationhood. This legacy deeply shaped Sierra Leone's political consciousness and its enduring connection to the African diaspora. Taking the 8th spot, Sierra Leone has one of the richest Krio cultures in Africa. The Krio culture is one of Sierra Leone's most distinctive features. Krio people developed a unique identity, blending African traditions with European and Caribbean influences. The Krio language, derived largely from English with African linguistic roots, is widely spoken across the country and serves as a unifying lingua franca. Krio music, architecture, food, and storytelling continue to influence Sierra Leone's national identity, making the country culturally distinct even within West Africa. At number 7, Sierra Leone is one of West Africa's most ethnically diverse countries. Despite its small size, Sierra Leone is home to more than 16 ethnic groups, each with distinct histories and cultural systems. The Mende and Temni are the two largest groups, largely concentrated in the south and north respectively. Other groups, such as the Limba, Loko, Kono, Kuranko, and Shebro, contribute to the country's complex social fabric. This diversity has shaped politics, regional identities, and cultural expression. While ethnic tensions have existed, Sierra Leone has largely avoided the deep, prolonged ethnic conflict seen elsewhere, thanks in part to shared language, intermarriage, and strong local governance traditions. Coming in at number 6, diamonds defined Sierra Leone's global image for decades. Few resources have shaped a country's reputation as powerfully as diamonds have shaped Sierra Leone's. The country is rich in alluvial diamonds, which are relatively easy to extract. During the 1990s Civil War, diamonds were exploited by rebel groups to fund violence, giving rise to the term blood diamonds. This period scarred the nation and distorted its global image. However, in the years since the war ended in 2002, Sierra Leone has taken concrete steps to regulate mining, improve transparency, and comply with international certification schemes. Today, diamonds remain economically important, but the country is increasingly focused on diversification to avoid repeating the mistakes of the past. At number 5, Sierra Leone has one of the youngest populations in the world. Sierra Leone's median age is under 20, making it one of the youngest countries globally. This youthfulness is both a challenge and a powerful opportunity. Young people dominate sectors such as agriculture, music, informal trade, digital services, and grassroots entrepreneurship. Youth culture drives fashion, slang, music, and social change. At the same time, unemployment, underemployment, and education gaps remain pressing issues. How Sierra Leone invests in skills training, vocational education, and job creation will determine whether this demographic dividend becomes a strength or a liability. At number 4, Sierra Leone has one of Africa's oldest academic traditions. Long before modern African universities became common, Sierra Leone was already an intellectual hub. Fora Bay College, founded in 1827, is one of the oldest Western-style universities in Africa. It earned the nickname the Athens of West Africa for producing scholars, clergy, lawyers, and civil servants who influenced governance across the region. Although the education system suffered during the years of conflict and crisis, Sierra Leone is actively rebuilding its academic institutions, emphasizing literacy, teacher training, and technical education as pillars of long-term development. At number 3, Sierra Leone's post-war recovery is a story of quiet progress. Sierra Leone emerged from its civil war in 2002, facing enormous challenges including destroyed infrastructure, traumatized communities, and weakened institutions. Yet, over the last 2 decades, the country has made steady progress. Democratic elections have continued, civil society have strengthened, and public health systems improved, particularly after the Ebola pandemic, which forced major reforms. Recovery hasn't been dramatic or flashy, but it has been persistent. That quiet, incremental rebuilding is one of Sierra Leone's most underappreciated achievements. Taking the second spot, agriculture and fisheries hold the key to inclusive growth. Despite its mineral wealth, agriculture employs the majority of Sierra Leoneans. The country has fertile land, abundant rainfall, and long coastlines ideal for fishing. Rice remains a staple crop, while cocoa, coffee, palm oil, and cassava offer exports and processing potential. Marine resources are equally important, yet often underdeveloped. With better infrastructure, processing capacity, and regulation, agriculture and fisheries could drive inclusive growth, food security, and rural development. And finally, at number 1, Sierra Leone's greatest strength is its resilience. At the top of the list is something less tangible but more powerful than any resource: resilience. Sierra Leone has endured slavery, colonialism, civil war, disease outbreaks, and economic shocks. Yet it continues to move forward, carried by the strength of its people, culture, and communities. Today, Sierra Leone is not defined by its past, but by its determination to redefine its future. It is a country still healing, still building, and still full of potential. Sierra Leone's story is not a single narrative. It is a layered history of pain, perseverance, and possibility. Which fact stood out to you the most? And which African country should we explore next? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for more in-depth stories about African countries, culture, and future. See you next time.